So I'm Mike. I've always been very active since a very young age. Um, I pretty much played sport pretty much my whole life, so sort of football, running, rugby. I've also been more recently very involved in Muay Thai, which is a martial art, and sort of various other martial arts as well as mixed martial arts and competing as well. Up until I got quite a bad injury in my shoulder, ended up having surgery, and it just wasn't really the same when I got back into it, really. Before working with Steve, I had previously followed a very typical sort of body part split, with no real clue of how to sort of progress or how to make sort of further developments with my physique or strength, really. So I was sort of at a loss as where to go from where I was, pretty much. I've always struggled with having a healthy relationship with food. Sort of previously come from a very disordered, unhealthy background of eating, where I would try and be good sort of throughout the week, but then something would come along and I would binge massively, to the point of making myself feel ill through eating so much, and then starve myself for the next week following that, which in terms of making progress with a physique or strength or anything like that is just so counterproductive. And mentally, I developed a really horrible relationship with food, and a really disordered way of eating. I've also had a background of having a very low calorie diet, in order to maintain my competing weight for martial arts. Um, so going into it, working with Steve, I really wanted to develop more size in terms of physique and strength. Um, I've always felt I've had more room to grow, so we sort of entered it going into the knowledge that we would be entering a massive phase. I also wanted to learn more about nutrition and just generally training and sort of the protocols that Steve likes to follow. I know he follows a lot of very knowledgeable guys in industry, so I really wanted to just soak up as much information as possible and just generally develop a healthier relationship with food that didn't involve restricting certain foods or binging and starving myself, as I said sort of earlier. Um, in terms of working with Steve, I have noticed real genuine gains in terms of strength, and size. When I first started working with Steve, we went through a period of maintenance, just to bring my calories up to a healthier level. And we went through a strength training block in that period, and my strength I noticed increased very rapidly to a point that I'm actually quite happy with now. And now we're in the massing phase, and I've got some very good results, great results really, um, in terms of muscle size. So I couldn't really ask for more in terms of that. But I feel the main improvement I've seen is through my ability to control what I eat, how I eat, and when I eat, really. I've noticed really this has allowed me to live a better quality of life, not having to constantly worry about food, um, how much I've eaten, what I've eaten, things like this, and not feeling guilty for eating the foods that I enjoy. Um, and this has allowed me really a better quality of life, a general better quality of life, dealing with sort of social situations and really stressful situations that I've gone through recently, where previously I would have completely lost control, gone off the rails, and eaten everything in sight, and then hated myself for it for some period of time afterwards. Um, in the future, I would love to work with Steve again and the rest of the Revive Stronger team. I think I would 100% recommend anybody to join Steve and the rest of the team. If you're looking for results that are either that can be fat loss, muscle gain, strength gain, if you're looking to compete, then I couldn't recommend Steve or Revive any stronger. You will literally learn so much through working with Steve and Mark. The knowledge and content that they provide is incredible. A lot of it coming from either personal experience, or some of the top guys, most knowledgeable guys in the industry. I feel you'll not only get, you know, great knowledge in terms of training and nutrition to provide you with exactly what you need, to hit your goals. You also get the support of, well, through my experience, Steve in particular, who is probably one of the most caring and understanding guys in terms of sort of getting where you're coming from. If you're having issues or having struggles, Steve will be there to support you, as well as the rest of the Revive Stronger team, which is another great plus. So if you're looking for results and you want it in a sustainable way that's not going to make you not deal with certain situations, so you won't be restricted from going out, you won't be restricted from eating certain foods, you can have a good time, and you can make friends along the way. I'd class Steve as a good friend now, and he's been there to support me through this journey. So if you're looking, like I say, for results, then Revive Strong is the way to go.